Hi guys, welcome to today's reading on Don't Be Fooled. So today's video is about something that's going on in your life, situation or circumstance that has you a bit fooled or deceived. Not necessarily in, a cunning sort of way, but maybe sometimes it could just be our perception of things. So for group one, we have this Pyrite and freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Group two, Amethyst and envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And group three, Opalite, acceptance. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So those are your three groups to select from. I will give you a few moments to select your pile using your intuition, and I will see you in your reading. The timestamps will be posted in the description and in the comment down below. Okay, hi, group one. Those of you who picked this Pyrite and freedom, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. This is your reading on Do Not Be Fooled. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to say is as I was laying out this Queen of Water card, which is the Queen of Cups, I just looked at it and I heard like the Queen of Power. And with this coherence card, it's like I'm getting this sense of okay, let me start at the beginning because I could already tell this reading is going to be all over the place if I don't try and control it. Okay, so the thing that I feel you are being fooled about really ties in with this freedom card. I have the power and the free will to create my own happiness. So this came up in reverse. And so, with this 10 of Wands, I'm getting this heaviness around feeling free, feeling light, right? With this Fool card, to be able to start something new, to move out into a different direction, to continue. When I say continue, I almost want to say, I was going to say continue on, but it's like continuing on, but by moving on. And just having the freedom to do so. And to, here we have Hawkeye and ready, set, go. Just aiming this bow and arrow and shooting their shot. So, so that's what I'm getting with Do Not Be Fooled. It's like, yes, you do have the freedom to create your own path, your own happiness, to do the things that you want to set your mind and your intention to. The part that I feel like is standing out to me that I brought up with this Queen of Water and this feeling of this Queen of Power, and coherence. Okay, so I feel like this is incoherent. Even though this says coherence, I feel like I'm going to start to get incoherent because I keep getting pulled in different directions. And I feel like this is the energy that, I'm picking up on here, because here we have reflect. May you discern and distill. And with this distillation, I feel like there's this energy right now that is very heavy, like emotionally very heavy. And, we have no need to worry as well. That's just very heavy here. And it's like pulling things in different directions, pulling your mind in different directions. It's your emotions that are pulling you in different directions. And so it's kind of making things incoherent. And when I say incoherent, I mean in your mind. Because the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire, right? So that kind of sums it up. It's like, do not be fooled. You are free. You have the ability to create the life that you desire, the things that you want. But it's really going to come through harmonizing your heart and your mind, and bringing those two elements together, and bringing them on the same page. But right now, what I'm getting is that your emotions, there's a need for you to take care of yourself with this Queen of Water. And once that's really able to be done, and once that's really able to be brought in, your emotions are able to be brought together with your mind, and your intentions, um, and all that, then that is where the power comes in, because that's what I got with the Queen of Power. The power to be able to, um, it's not even just start something new with this Fool card, it's just in seeing the potential of what's available to you, the power that's available to you, the opportunities that are available to you. Um, and I feel like there's something magical about the potential, because here the weavers watch the dragons fly. I mean, this is just, you could see here, like, you know, um, this person's head, and like there's these eyes. It's like I'm seeing this as the potential, like, I mean, it's like this fire, or it's all these things that are coming out of this person's mind. I mean, it's like the potential of all these things that are within your mind can actually come to pass. Um, but there's this thing that I'm seeing with distill and this 10 of Wands and this heaviness, um, and reflect. And it's just like this neat, I just got a very calming feeling, just come in as well with this water, and just this need for there to be like, um, just compassion, sympathy, tenderness towards yourself. Um, I'm just feeling like you being wrapped up in this leaf. It's kind of like being wrapped up in a blanket, and just having some TLC for yourself, the same way this little mouse is, doing it, and doing it for a few days, because I'm seeing these 3 moons, and just seeing that as like a reflection, or points in time. So having it for a couple nights. And then from there, it's like you'll be able to be a lot more energized and refreshed to be able to start shooting your shot, and doing so more coherently, because now you're aiming with both your mind and your emotions pointed in the same direction, right? Like that's what I'm getting with this coherence, and I'm getting with this ready, set, go, and this bow and arrow. Is to really, really be able to shoot your shot in that way. And so that's what I'm getting with do not be fooled. Like, don't be fooled with, I guess, your thoughts or your feelings right now, on your life, or if you're feeling very unhappy or dissatisfied with something. um, it's really just a matter of bringing your heart and your mind and your emotions and everything into alignment, and focusing like every part of you into that one direction, and sort of like, I almost want to say, doing what you need to do in order to, go through that process, because now I'm thinking of the distillation process, whatever you need to do to care for yourself, to calm yourself, to relieve yourself, to, like, because when I think of distillation, I think of, water that, like, is it vaporizes? So it's and water being emotion, so it's water that, or emotions that vaporize, that, um, evaporate, that, you know what I'm saying, like it gets transmuted, you know so yeah, so that is your reading, group 1. If you liked it, please leave a like, please comment, subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye. Hi, group 2, and welcome to your reading on Do Not Be Fooled. Those of you who picked this amethyst stone and envy, I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges. This is your reading, on the thing that you should not be fooled about. So, okay. This has to do with you. I feel like you guys are feel you guys are like behind the scenes type of people. Um, yeah, you know, I'm getting this with this Nick Fury card. They put me in charge for a reason. Um, I feel like you're the type of person that knows what's going on behind the scenes. And you just have a very, very powerful presence as well. I get that you guys like may compare yourself to other people with this envy card. I am the same as everyone, but with different challenges and guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth, which ties into you are good enough, full moon in Virgo in reverse. So maybe there's some things because you are such a detail oriented. Like when I think of Nick Fury, it's like this is a leader. This is someone who's really in charge, someone behind the scenes, someone who's very detail oriented, very structured, knows what they're doing, um, and is very clear. And I feel like you're sort of like a work in the making, maybe, you know? You're not quite, because this card was in reverse, right? Like maybe you're not quite there for some of you guys. Maybe things have gotten overwhelming. You know, who knows? Or maybe sometimes you compare yourself to other people. Um, and then you start to either compare your journey to theirs with this envy card, or you start to beat yourself up in a very thorough and methodological, methodical type of way. Um, yeah, that's what I heard is like you can beat yourself up in a very thorough and um, in a very thorough way. And I'm getting the feeling of someone who like has the receipts. It's like um, I don't even know where this is coming from, but it's just someone who beats themselves up and has the receipts for it and say, well, no, this is true because of this, and that. I don't have this, and that, or whatever the case is. But the thing is, I feel like with you guys, you know, and I'm getting this with Andromedans and this Nick Fury. When you decide, this says autonomy, free will, and manifestation. When you decide to do things in your own way, it's like you're going down your own path, you're doing things in your own way, you're trying to create something out of nothing. You're kind of like the trailblazer of your own situation is what I'm getting. And you know, it's like you almost want to like make references to other people with where they are at in their lives from traveling, I guess, the road more frequently traveled. So it's like you're comparing yourself. I feel like you're comparing yourself a lot, yeah. And and it's like, you know, and I feel like what you're doing is some there's something about what you're doing is very different from others. And it doesn't make you any less than others. It's like someone who decides to, here's an example, just so perhaps I can come across a little bit more clear. If someone who decides to start their own business or starts to do something on their own, it's going to take a lot more upfront investment and work to get it up and running, right? Versus somebody who, I just got the example in my mind of like the tortoise and the hare. Like someone may be like the hare at the beginning because they're working for someone else, they're able to stack more money up. But in the race or in the grand scheme of things, your rise is going to be sort of like more exponential near the end of it as things start to pick up, as things start to you'll be able to keep more of the money, and it's like you'll end up having more, but it's further down the road. So it looks like you may be losing a race, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And if it's a, do you guys get what I'm saying? So I feel like there's something that you guys are being fooled with, and it has to do with with you being independent in some way, here we have Andromedans, autonomy, free will, manifestation. We have Nick Fury. They put me in charge for a reason, and then my presence is my power, and this crown of swords is like, I just feel like who you guys are, like, don't be fooled by comparing yourself to other people. Don't be fooled by looking at like evidence of things in your life and saying, I'm not good enough because I don't have this. What's wrong with this? Like, why am I cursed? Why is this not working out, or whatever? Like, I feel like that's the thing that, like, um you're not to be fooled about, because with manifestation, and now I'm getting this, is like there's like an intelligence behind it, like why things happen the way that they do. And it's like I feel like there's something that there's like a grand scheme, there's a grand plan, there's an intelligence behind why things happen the way that they happen. It's like I'm getting something with like developing thick skin, with my presence as my power. um, and then I'm also getting something with this black hole, is like something developing in the dark and then just like shooting up, um, and then just kind of like exploding and happening very, very quickly afterwards. It's like something that comes as a surprise. Um, yeah, something that comes as a surprise. And for a lot of you guys, I feel like this has to do with something uh, business related, career related, school related, something having to do with what you're doing. Like, and I'm getting that with this card too. It has to do with Virgo. I'm getting like Virgo season and harvest, October time, and just a harvest, and something that has to do with your wealth, your wealth, your money. And maybe you're experiencing challenges with money right now. Um, but but yeah, there's something about not to be deceived by that. It's like there's like I see this Nick Fury card in two ways, of one of it being you, and then the other being like, um the universe. I feel like here's another thing, what I have to say is, there's reasons, which I already said this, there's reasons why things happen the way that they do, in the sense it's like a preparation for you. And it's like also too, it's almost like you chose these obstacles, or God chose these obstacles or these challenges in order to strengthen you in whatever way that you're being strengthened, to take you to the next level. Like, this is just how it goes all the time. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a failure. You don't have to see things as a failure. You don't have to like take it on. And it's hard not to. Sometimes it's hard not to, when you're in this cycle, or in this cycle of just like not having, and you're questioning, like, it's like a karmic cycle that you're stuck in. Maybe you don't have enough money, maybe you don't have enough this, and then you start to question your own like self-worth, in a way where you're like, what's wrong with me that I can't figure this out? And it's not necessarily meant to make you feel that you're not good enough, but it's doing something else for you. um, and I feel like you guys have to listen to your intuition. I'm also getting that because I keep seeing this listen to your intuition card. I feel like it's applying to me in this reading, but it's also applying to you guys as well. Like, because if you're going to rely strictly on your logic, I feel, then it's going to make you look around and look at others and compare yourself to others, and it's going to make you, have more evidence and receipts, like, and to beat yourself up. Um, and maybe that's another thing, is like that there's a lesson here of, anyways, I don't want to go off topic. I might start going off topic sometimes, guys. I might, because sometimes it's like I'm trying to control not going too far off topic, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to go off topic. Who knows? But yeah, but anyways, guys, I won't ramble on for too long. that's essentially the message here is don't be fooled. Like whatever is going on right now, and I'm talking about the stress that you're feeling. Um, it's it's like don't let your mind play tricks on you. Like listen to your intuition and what it's telling you. Although you are a very strategic and whatever that word is, methodical, structured sort of type of person, you look at things logically. When you start to do that and apply it to your own individual situation, you may find yourself feeling less of yourself, right? In comparison to comparing yourself to others, or into looking at your own self and why you may not have certain things or whatever, and then you start to feel bad about it. So in those cases, like, listen to your intuition, even though you are this sort of type of person. And yeah, just don't be fooled by what's going on around you if it's very stressful. Just know that there's your stuff is manifesting. Like your stuff is manifesting. And you are going to have a lot of freedom in the end, because I think that's something that you really, really value, is your freedom, your free will, your autonomy, whether it's financial freedom, whatever it is, but it's a sense of freedom and autonomy. And that's what you get sometimes with people who are so, I feel like there's a brilliancy that you have. Um, and so there's this desire to do it your way. And it's like I'm just seeing someone pushing a rock up a hill and just like trying to, and it's this big tumbling rock and it keeps wanting to tumble back on you, and you're like, man, I got to push it up, and I could barely keep it steady to where it's at, but it's like the force and the momentum of life just like being pushed back on you, and it's difficult, it's hard, but it has nothing to do with you doing anything wrong or other people doing anything right. This is again like it's like strengthening you, and I feel like your presence. Oh, I just heard something and it disappeared real quick because it's like you're not quite there. It's almost there, like teasing you, like it's here but it's not. And it's like you are in the presence of. When people say that, like you are in the presence of, or they'll get into the presence of someone very not like not necessarily famous, but they're like you feel they'll with somebody like very prominent, right? And they'll say that like he has such a strong presence. Like I'm thinking of like Barack Obama or something, when people will say like I've heard him speak, or I've heard like that sort of thing, where you get into a room with someone and you're like, wow, that person really has a strong presence. Um, People just feel you when you're around, and that's the type of character, that's the type of thing um, that you're being built into, because I'm feeling like this sense of stress, but that's gonna birth something, and it'll happen when it happens. So yeah, so this is your choosing. That's another thing I was told to just add. You chose this. You chose this, and just remember that you chose this. I know it gets difficult. I mean, you can what's the word? I almost want to say you can cop out. Is that I don't know why I'm saying you can throw in the towel. You can cop out. You can tap out. I don't know what cop out means, but whew, yeah, you can do that, but you're not going to be happy. I feel that you're not going to be happy doing that, because this is sort of like one of those things that, um, when we talk about soul growth and soul lessons and things that you've chosen to do in advance, it's like, that you have to do this. Your intuition's telling you to do this. So yeah, so that's your reading. Um, and like, look at me right here. Like I lit one piece of sage, and now I'm using this one to move it around. Like it just doesn't make any sense. So, and this is a message for you guys, right? Because like I said, you guys are very logical. If your intuition tells you to do something that doesn't make sense, like me right now, like I'm literally burning sage in here, and instead of taking that piece, I took the piece that is not even smoking and I'm using it to clear this energy. So, and I'm told to keep doing it. So just do it. So whatever, listen to your intuition. So that's very important, guys. Listen to your intuition. All right, guys, good luck. All the best. If you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe to see more videos. I will see you guys soon. Bye. Okay, hi, group 3, those of you who picked this opalite. And acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. This is your reading on do not be fooled. Okay, so what is it that you should not be fooled about? So right away I'm taken to I am not the victim, I am the lighthouse. So I'm getting that something has disappointed you quite recently. Something, I don't know, some person I'm getting with this King of Wands. Something's just disappointing you. Acceptance. I learned to accept the things I cannot change. We have setting boundaries in reverse, threshold, protection, and honor. Listen to your intuition in reverse. Hero in reverse. Shakti over here. And okay, so with the Seven of Pentacles and in reverse, and this I'm not the victim, I am the lighthouse. I'm getting this thing of like, don't maybe that's what you're perceiving a situation or an outcome with a person as something that it just didn't work out for you. It doesn't even matter, but you're perceiving it in a way that is making you feel victimized, and you're kind of like resisting, I'm getting this feeling of resisting, or maybe somebody like left you, for some of you guys, somebody left you to deal with something that you don't really want to deal with. That's what I'm getting with this this cloud right here. It came and dropped something off to you, and you're not very happy with it. And I'm getting a very low energy, like there's something like low in your energy field about this, and this is something that you can't do anything about. You can't really change. You just have to accept that this is just what it is, and there's nobody that's going to come. It sounds really negative, but to help you out. No one's going to come save you. No one's going to rescue you. But at the same time, don't invest in feelings of victimhood. See yourself as an example. And so this is the thing not to be fooled in. You're not really a victim because you can't change something, with this I am the lighthouse, I'm really getting this strong message of you are an example. You are a guide for others. This is going right in my face. It's bothering me. Usually it doesn't bother me, but it's bothering me right now. Anyway, I feel like there's stuff that's like really bothering you, that maybe usually would not otherwise bother you. And also too, I feel like you're evolving as well, and you're having symptoms of, with the Shakti card, it's like this feminine life force energy, and because I'm getting like this fire thing and this feeling of being tired, because I'm just leaning back right now in my chair and getting comfortable, and just this feeling of being tired, physically tired. So this could be like an energetic upgrade as well, because I'm feeling like with Weavers know that all is God. So this is an indication of like, with Shakti here, is like there's more going on behind the scenes. This is just like the life force energy, this feminine, divine feminine energy. And I'm just even thinking of like energetic upgrades.
and the things that are happening behind the scenes that manifest as like tiredness, as headaches, as disappointments, as like with this opalite, I'm thinking of man-made. I'm thinking of something that man has made a label for, that this is what this is, right? But I'm getting that like that's not what it is for you. There's something else going on behind the scenes, and for you not to invest in like ideas of feeling victimized or feeling powerless or feeling like, I hate to say that someone else is going to help you. Like, sorry to say it like that, because I'm getting this with this hero card in reverse. I'm getting it as like, no, you are the one that's supposed to figure a way out and help others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not the victim, I am the lighthouse. And there's no hero, there's no one that's going to come in and save you. You have to learn how to accept these changes or this situation for what it is, and then find a way out, and then be an example to others as to as to how that is. And that's what you need to sort of like be successful, is to move past these. I'm almost getting like these man-made definitions of what things are or what they ought to be. And I'm getting that with this opalite. I really am. I really am. Like, someone else can call you a victim, but you don't have to call yourself a victim. You can reject that. Um, you can reject that. You can reject that. And here with setting boundaries, it's another thing. Maybe you're not setting enough boundaries. Um, and when I say that, I don't even necessarily mean with people, but with I got it with like with becoming this lighthouse, with becoming this example. Like, you have to have some serious boundaries in place, because you are kind of like the hero. You are the one. You know that saying, you are the one that you have been waiting for. It's that saying, you are the one that you've been waiting for, and so you have to have boundaries, in order for you to like go through everything that entails, which isn't just like having to accept things, having to reject other things, having to have boundaries, having to go through the energetic shifts in your body, like this life, this fire energy. It's like this transmutation type energy that I'm getting with Shakti, and I'm getting with the King of Wands in reverse, with having to listen to your intuition, having to clear things away. All of these things, like, you're going to be tired. You're going to be, and some of you guys, I don't know, I'm getting this number 30. Like, and I'm saying I am the lighthouse and the number 30. So maybe you guys are around 30, maybe by the time you guys are 30. And I'm seeing 29 in the hero. Some of you guys are 29. Maybe it's going to by the time you're 30. Something with the number 29 and 30. I'm taking that as a reference point, an age reference point, or something like that, where you transform, where you go from like one. I want to say your anatomy is going to change, like your DNA is going to change. Um, so like, this is back to what we're talking about, is do not be fooled. You're not a victim. um you're not a victim. You're not a victim. I mean, I have to say it like that. Please take it how it resonates, and please know that I intend no harm by saying that. I intend no harm by saying that, because if you have been victimized, you are a victim of something, but you are not a victim overall. And there's just going to be things that you have to accept that you cannot change. And that whatever heart, it may take a lot of work in order for you to become, to transition, because I'm seeing something like of a transition to, and it's a gradual transition. I'm seeing something like, it's like a tree that's growing, a seed that's planted, of being a lighthouse, or of transitioning, but it happens. It's gonna happen gradually. This is something that's gonna happen gradually, of you being the hero. I'm getting that, like, that there's no hero that's going to come in to save you. You have to be your own hero, and you are the person that you've been waiting for. And you eventually are going to be a lighthouse for others. And I'm sure that there's going to be lighthouses for you, but for the most part, you are the leader. Maybe this is something different, something that you um, is new. Like that's what I'm getting with this fire. This is like like your intuition. Like I'm getting this fire thing. This is something new. This is something new. Maybe there aren't people that speak on this or talk about this, or that oh, I got like that they don't, it's not they don't speak or they talk about it, they're not going to honor it in the way that you will when you get to this status of being this lighthouse, this hero, this go-to, this protector. You're going to honor it, this issue, whatever it is that's disappointing you, the situation that you feel stuck in, the situation that is going to take a lot of work out of you, and time, and it's something very deep. Okay, this is something very deep because it affects you energetically on an energetic level. It's like in your DNA. It's so embedded in you. It's something that's been affecting you for a very long time. That's what I'm getting. But you're not a victim. You are to be the lighthouse. And so maybe you were victimized. So I hope you're understanding what I mean by the victim thing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. And then, it's like the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I think there's something about you that's going to be able to sift through. I'm seeing something like someone sifting, like this part you can change, this part you can't, you have to do something about it. You're going to start to sift through it, and it's almost like you're going to create, I want to say a curriculum, but something that other people can really follow. Like, I'm thinking of like, here's an example, like, how in the most recent years, like there's been a lot of stuff on, narcissistic abuse or something that I'm sure many people have experienced, or I don't know, just things that our certain generations have grown up with, and or maybe it's been going on for many generations. It just never talked about. It was very, you don't talk about your family, or you don't talk about, things like that. But now there's like a whole science and a whole thing that's going on behind it, and there's people out there that speak on it. I could see you being somebody who does that. And so that's what I mean, like, do not be fooled by the situation that you're in. There's a life force energy that is also moving through you, and it's a very feminine, and I think that you're going to be receiving a lot of stuff. But anyway, I don't want to go on and on. Don't be fooled by into thinking that you're a victim. Okay, I want to say that in the sense that you have a lot of more power than you may be appreciating. And it's not even just your power, but then there's another power, and there's a God power. Weavers know that all is God, and we have Shakti, the divine feminine life force energy, manifested. That is also part of the power that, that we're talking about. So you're not without this stuff as well. So anyway, that's your reading group 3. If you liked it, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to see more videos. I love you guys. Take care. All the best.